Oh gosh, it's cold today. Even so, everybody's off engaging in something or other, which leaves me here with no one to bother me. No break, no Oz, no...
Still got me.
Admin. Well, I can do with one. Anyway, on to a question. Anonymous has posted, Dear Miss Sharon, what is your favourite tea and pastry? Oh my, that's a difficult question. That's like asking me to choose which is my favourite star in the sky. There are so many and they're all just as lovely. Well, let us start with tea. I guess I'd have to stick with my Earl Grey as it's delectable and it's the most convenient flavour of tea to like. After all, tea parlours always sell it when Brake and I are in town, nobles provided you for visiting them, and so on and so forth. It's just a very robust flavour to like. But that's not to say that I prefer it over other flavours, no. I'm particularly fond of Rooibos vanilla tea. It carries such a lovely fragrance, and overall it's very calming. And on that note, I'm suddenly beginning to understand why Oz and the others practically throw it at me. And then there's Darjeeling as well. It's very full flavour. It's just as nice. I like tea. So moving on to my favourite pastry. It must be said I'm rather fond of creations from France, such as the Saint Honoré cake. I can't really describe it and my pronunciation is awful. But let's just sum it up as a base of puff pastry surrounded by chew pastry and filled with cream adorned with profiteroles dipped in caramelized sugar. It's positively delicious. Oh, and speaking of profiteroles, Brake and I saw the most wonderful creation in the window of a patisserie a couple of weeks ago. I believe the baker called it a croquembouche or something like that. That sounded awful, and I'm speaking gibberish. But it was the most beautiful tower of chocolate profiteroles filled to bursting with cream and secured together with caramel, and the base was surrounded by big strawberries and decorative flowers, and I didn't know whether a person should eat it or frame it. Brake had his nose pressed against the window and was basically salivating, but that's just Brake for you. Oh, and for everyday consumption, I quite like Danish pastries with apricot. They are divine. Oh, I'm hungry now. Cake, on the other hand, is a completely different story, but I'll save my favourite cakes for the future.